All right, recording. Do 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 do. Check 1 2. Cool. All right. I wanted to do a little thing about the best vlog setup. I saw Casey Neistat's video, who's really just the template I am copying. Just to be completely honest, you know, it's he put his information out there about how he does his vlogs. I took the information. I wanted to start my own vlog, so a lot of this is based off what Casey Neistat does. But I was really disappointed with his whole Canon versus Sony, which is the best vlogging camera. He had some really good points, and obviously for a short video, you can't really go super in depth. But I just don't like how he doesn't take a stand about the reviews. But I guess he kind of did by saying certain things are good for certain things, and sure, for me that's kind of lame. So I want to show you guys my vlog setup, just so you guys can see what I've been doing, and also this is just a filler video because we're running out of things to do already. So Casey Neistat shoots with, what's up Chase? He shoots with the 70D or an 80D, which is similar to this. This is a 6D with a lens on it, and I can't imagine using this to vlog because it's like $3,000, right? And I'm not sponsored, or I don't do as well on YouTube as he does quite yet, but I still, even if I was making the money and I could afford to replace or repair these cameras that are broken, and his setup usually looks like this, it's impractical to me, right? You're gonna need a microphone like this, and you can't really take it around. So what I use is I'll put this away, is a GoPro Hero 3. This is my vlog camera, and I didn't have the 4, and I just recently got the 5 and destroyed the 5. But this one is really my go-to vlog. All the vlogs you've seen so far are from the 5D, or from the Hero 3 Plus. I'm sorry, I'm shooting with the 5D Mark III. And another reason he shoots with the 80D is the flip screen. Neither the 6D or the 5D have a flip screen. So I'm just kind of shooting blindly right now, hoping I'm doing this correctly. So yeah, I got the GoPro Hero 3, and I was using, at first I was using this awesome extension bar from eKit. I usually buy 2 of everything. This is my first time opening the second one because I already lost the first one. And it comes with a GoPro mount that allows you to put 2 mounts onto 1 mount, which was really great at first. And I used the tri-arm from GoPro. This is probably the best selfie stick that I have. This is my selfie stick of choice, mostly because you can open this up and put it down, right? So what this essentially did is you always have to use external microphones, right? So I'm putting the audio from my voice memo because all of my vlogging gear is in the video. So if you only have a cell phone, an iPhone with a voice memo, as long as there's no like outside noise, it should be fine. You know, and you can use this as a gauge. So what I had to do first was, let's say I had a GoPro mount, right? Let's just pretend this as a GoPro mount, and I have the GoPro on it. If I want to use an external microphone, I used to have to use a long bracket and have the mic mounted on another thing above it, and it was just really irritating. So what I eventually did was mounted this thing onto the original GoPro mount, and then put the GoPro here and the mic here. I just didn't like how it would, you know, still have that bracket shape. But I have 2 of these awesome external batteries, which the GoPro 3 could be powered off. You can't do this with the 4 or the 5 though. It's kind of unfortunate. And so I would use this and then the mount for the mic. And then a couple of days into vlogging, I was like, oh, why don't I just put one of these bad boy adhesive things and then mount it to the GoPro, and then I can just pop this on. And so my eventual GoPro setup looks like this. Popping GoPro. This is a skeleton case, skeleton housing, and then I have this bad boy right here. All in one GoPro vlogging camera, right? And so I was using the Rode VideoMic Pro because we had that for our projects already. It comes with this dead cat. I got the Video Micro just to shrink down the size, and then of course the 3.5 millimeter to USB adapter, which can plug right into the USB through the skeleton case, and then bam, this is it. This is the whole thing right here, and it's great. The battery lasts all day, especially if you turn the Wi-Fi off and you're good at turning things off. I can grab the cable, put it up here. It's out of the way because this is run off the battery from the inside. So if you save more battery, if you unplug it, and then let's say the battery is dead and I need to switch the batteries off, you can just take it off here, put the mic onto your next battery, and then just switch the batteries, right? I have another mount with the cold shoe in case I still want to use the Rode VideoMic Pro. Let's say you're at a concert and you want to do the -10 on the VideoMic Pro, which it enables you. I just have a bunch of the extenders so you can adjust, just make sure the dead cat is not in your shot, and then you just switch the adapter. So I'll take I only have one of these things. You just grab the 3.5 millimeter to USB, and boom. You're doing the same thing with the Rode VideoMic Pro. And honestly, the weight difference is not that bad. And I don't know if the shake is bad. I never use my Rode VideoMic Pro, but in super loud situations, you're gonna need something that has the -10, or else your volume's just gonna be peaking all the time. So this is what that looks like. Before I had this setup, and my workaround for it was this. This was pretty awesome. This did really well. You could do the lights up here, and then you can, as you saw earlier, the mic goes over there, and a light, and then this would mount on one of my many mounts, right? So this used to be my GoPro setup. You can see my phone goes here if I want to do like Facebook Live. So this is great for Facebook Live, and actually what I use for Facebook Live. And with an adapter, you can use the microphone that you already have. It's just a TRRS adapter, I believe. So this one will allow you to plug into your cell phone. So usually if I'm doing Facebook Live, I can use my cell phone with like a fisheye lens and just plug in with this adapter, using all the same products. But the problem with these Gorilla Pods is there's so many types. These almost look the same and they have different mounts on it. I've lost like the mount thing that goes inside, when you remove it. Like this part, I've lost a couple of those. That's kind of irritating. So if you're gonna buy a Gorilla Pod, stick to the same size. That way you always have multiple mounts. But this thing really needed a lot of customization. Like the screws for these always came out. It came with a really awesome metal GoPro. It was meant for a GoPro. And I just took it out because these are all tripod. I think it's 3/4 size. And then I put this on the side because there was a hole there. And so I just really customized it. This bracket didn't come with it. This is a bracket I've had since like 2012. Which I had to use for my microphone for my DSLRs. So I stopped using the Gorilla Pods, except for the small ones. So this is my GoPro 3 Plus. This is my GoPro 5. I did notice that on my time-lapse videos, with this, especially with the dead cat, it gets kind of windy, and this movement right there is really bad for time lapses. So Dave Zims, thank you for his advice. I asked him for some help on the time lapse. He just said sturdier tripod, which makes complete sense, right? So I was like, I have a couple of Gorilla Pods, let's use the Gorilla Pod. And then I eventually figured out that for this, you can just mount the GoPro on this and it'll be much sturdier. Just take off your, take off your mic, right? So that's the great thing about this as well. You can just pop off the mic really easily. I've already broken like 17 of these things though. And so go here, and then I move it here. So this is how all my time lapses are now. And so that's why it's really like low profile time lapses. And I'll shoot it like this. And you can aim it this way. You just can't really tilt it that way. I mean, if you hold it like that, it'll still be sturdy. The wind won't really do too much with it. Sometimes if I don't have any stands on me, I'll do that with my GoPro, or I'll like lift it up with something under. And it's all fine as long as you get the shot, really. The time lapses with the GoPro 5 or 3 are really awesome. The GoPro 5 is so much clearer, especially in high ISO, and that really works as well. Another workaround that I tried was this right here. I bought this. This is actually 3D printed, and as always, I buy 2 of everything. And this is still unopened, but it feels super different. The way they mounted it and the way it's 3D printed, like the bolt already came out. You see the bolt that holds the thing already pops off super easy. And this workaround is also not good because the dead cat gets in your shot, especially in super view. So that didn't work out. But this right here is just the most awesome solution. And unfortunately for the GoPro Hero 5, which I can't show you because I sent it to GoPro to repair, there's no, even with the frame, there's no way to mount an external battery, and there's no way to mount something else on it, such as, where's my action? This, right? Ooh. So I have to figure out how to mimic this with the GoPro 5 and its setup. So we're gonna need, I do have the new, I just have it right here, GoPro mic mount, which is stupidly bigger than the 3, but it's because you have the option of also charging it simultaneously, right? Which I guess you need because you can't mount an external battery on it. So you're gonna need an extra power source somehow, and the plug's even on the bottom, which I think is stupid. And then another way to mount this, which is most likely gonna look like this, except a bigger version of this, which just makes it really annoying. But at this point in time, if you have a small budget, a GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black will probably cost you around 200 bucks. On Amazon, this microphone here is 60 bucks. And then what else do you need? And this is even 60 bucks. This thing costs as much as your mic stand, and it ended up breaking here because sometimes when my friends are shooting, they'll grab it from the little tripod, which it's removable, right? So I just taped it with some electrical tape. Seems to be holding fine. I also have one of these adapters. It's the adapter that just goes straight on instead of rotating it, just because I've ordered the Sidekick, which is when you pop this one out, the light comes off the side. So I'll have a light eventually when this is mounted. I'll have the Sidekick with the light over here. It's called the scuba arm. I'll have the microphone on top. So if I'm shooting at night, I'll have a full light that's able to shoot with us. I can't wait for that to come in. But as far as like sound quality goes, this really solved all of my sound issues. And the only problem I have with it sometimes is if I'm shooting friends who are vlogging with me, it cancels out all noise behind you, as opposed to the Video Mic Pro. It catches the vocals behind or the sound behind and in front and isolates the sound around it. So there's pros and cons. You're looking at $250 versus 70 bucks, right? And also portability, really. But the sound quality from this is really awesome. And then when you need to just take it apart, let's say you're gonna put it in your bag, you just take off the mic, right? And you can hold the stand. And then you're also able to just unmount the microphone should you need to. But I just leave my microphones on these stands. And it's really just, it's the best. It's honestly the best setup, and I haven't been able to mimic the ease of setup, the ease of portability, the sound quality. I mean, the video quality is a lot better, obviously, on the like 5D Mark III or the 6D, especially with the lenses that you want to use. Will this go inside? I might have taped the, yeah, never mind. I never put it away anyway. So my tri-arm always looks like this, and I always just shoot it backwards. So this is what my GoPro looks like when it's going traveling, right? When it's light, no audio there. This is it with this microphone. And it's really just the best vlog setup. What's up, Maddie?
What up?
What up? And this is it right here. This is the vlog setup, right? And when I went to Abu Dhabi with my family, I only brought my GoPro. Like, I didn't want to deal with carrying my DSLRs. I suck at traveling light. I really just don't travel light. And so when we went to Abu Dhabi, I just didn't want to deal with anything. So this is really the setup here. And that's when I really fell in love with the GoPro, especially with the Capture app. The trip to Abu Dhabi with my family really showed the value of simplicity, right? This is the one right here. So these adapters really let you kind of control the angle of it, like that, left and right. I didn't have this awesome microphone with me or the setup, so I was just using it mainly for photos. I wasn't really vlogging back then. But I like this setup so much, I bought 2 more of these batteries. I'm just gonna mount these things to it. And I'll have the GoPro Hero 5, and if I can figure out a way to do the vlogs with that, then I'll show you guys too. But also, I just didn't want to deal with 1080p videos all the time. You know, I mean, you can shoot in 4K, but you're gonna need a stronger computer, right? Which I got a Retina 15-inch to upgrade my 2012 computer. But really, if you shoot in 720 or 1080, it's good enough. You know, if you have decent video quality, which the GoPro Hero 3 does, and it does really great video quality too if you can color correct it correctly. The audio from the Rode Video Micro or the Rode Video Mic Pro is really awesome. You know, it just depends on your situation. And also your budget, of course. So lucky for me that we use this for our studio. And coming from someone who owns 2 5D Mark IIIs, 4 6Ds, a bunch of T3Is for our photo booths. You know, we have all these cameras. You know, I have all these cameras at my disposal, and really my go-to is the GoPro Hero 3 Plus. And then once the GoPro Hero 5 comes back and I figure out how to create a vlog setup with it, you're really fine with the 3 Plus. You probably won't even be able to tell the difference between the 2 cameras, with the exception of just because of the fisheye look, right? And this is just the way people are shooting now. You know, we're vlogging. Kevin Hashimoto and his girlfriend Hanoko were in Japan, and they're vlogging, and everyone's kind of like, hey, do I know that vlogger? And it's great to see a lot of people from Guam doing these vlogs, right? And you'll see a lot of my videos, and you guys hear the audio changes closer. A lot of people are just shooting with their cameras, you know? Fisheye lens with your camera really lets you capture more space. That's what I did when I was in Thailand. I just had my iPhone and my GoPro, but my GoPro broke during my trip, and really my phone was just fine. And this is really, in my opinion, I'm gonna take a steady, firm stand on this. This is the most convenient, quality to space to price to size, bang for buck that you'll get for your vlog setups, right? I was looking at the Sony RV100, and the fact that there's no way to put audio into it, there's no input for audio, it just blew my mind. For $1,000, that's insane. The DSLRs for a long time had an automatic gain control issue where it would just spike all your volumes, and if you were trying to vlog, if you were a videographer at that point in time, that really frustrated me. Even with the 5D Mark III, which I bought new for $4,000, you couldn't control the audio with a $200 mic, and it would just pump up the volume. So I was worried that the automatic gain control in the GoPro would be the same effect, but it really doesn't. So it's great, and this is the one. This is the one, guys, right here. GoPro Hero 3, Brenton external battery pack, Rode Video Micro, and then these things that you can get for like $12 on Amazon. So I'll put links on the videos below. And if you ever see me with my setup, feel free and jump in the shot. You know, introduce yourself if you don't already know me, and just be part of the vlog. And if you're interested in doing vlogs with me, we're always looking for fresh faces and new things to do. Today in paradise. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope this was informative. If you have any questions about my setup, how we vlog, how I edit, how I choose people who are in the vlogs, you know, feel free to comment below. And I guess if you're a local vlogger, let's do a giveaway. This is a brand new set of this awesome splitter. Let me just put it together before I lose it. If you comment below, even if you're in the States, comment below, ask me a question, and share this post or whatever. Comment below. That's probably the easiest way. Comment below, and I'll just choose one random winner. I'll just send this e-kit to, since I have 2 of them. The one thing I didn't like is the way that these things are built, but actually it really does help with torque and unscrewing. The thing is, on my setup here, you can't open it because it gets in the way here, but that's only an issue when you have things like that going on. So I'm going to give you a free e-kit of whatever value it was when I bought it. I think it was like $20. Comes with the tripod to GoPro mount. I have a ton of these because I use a lot of light stands, and yeah, I really like this product and the way it feels and the way it works with a cool. This is an 18% gray wiper if you ever need to white balance anything. yeah, comment below and just say thanks for the tips on vlogging, and I'll just randomly choose someone and comment you back for your address. But hopefully that was informative. Sorry it was kind of a boring video about a day in paradise in my apartment, but I think that these are really, to me, these are really interesting things. And anything to help you increase your quality or help you solve the question of what camera you should use. Really, you don't always need the newest camera on the market, and you don't really always need the most expensive or biggest camera on the market. Like the GoPro has really changed the way that we do videos, and we do a lot of things. And even in our professional work, we use the footage from the GoPro pretty often, especially for certain shots you can't get with a giant DSLR. So hope that was informative. Comment below, get your free kit. A little plug for Miss Joan with Shadows in the Water. I'm going to start working on this book, locally written and produced. Check it out. You can buy it at Tama in Tumon. Get some takoyaki on your way, or even some coffee slut. We do a lot of work over there, or sometimes when I'm really tired, I get some of that nitrogen enriched coffee. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you for another day in paradise. What's up, guys? If you're a MacBook user and you need to rename your files really easily, this is an automation I created a long time ago after a Google search of how to rename things. When we do our wedding photos, a lot of our guys use Bridge to rename the items, but to me, Bridge is really slow and always freezes. So these are the videos I have for my visit to MacTech. It's the current vlog I'm using. I'm gonna drag that into here. And then what these items do is it renames. This adds the date of the picture or movie when it was taken. This adds the time. And then here you just make a sequential name. So this is MacTech, and it'll add a 001, 002. I make it 5 digits long because I use this for my time lapses, but I also just use it for my video. So if I spotlight it, it's easy to find. This one is MacTech, and all you gotta do is press run. And you'll see all my files here just got renamed. Let's do right there. So this is, now it's renamed by time and date. So this is the date it was taken. This is the time. So this is 1:34 in the afternoon. This is MacTech, and these are the files. So it's all automatically saved. A good example of this is like, let's see, a time lapse. This is a photo of me at the Inarahan pools on the cliffside, and it's all sequential. So when you import it into your timeline, it won't freak out because everything is sequential from 1 to, let's say, 289. Another one with like, what, 1,000 items on it, 700 items, and it just renames it so you know what date and time you took it. In this version I didn't have the dashes, but on the newer versions I do have the dashes. So just shoot me a comment with an email. I'll send you the file. As long as you're a Mac user, it works. And I hope this was an extra cool piece of information for you. I hope it helps you organize your footage better, and thanks for watching.